Earth is a sphere that orbits the Sun. The title may seem ridiculous, as the fact that Earth is a sphere orbiting the Sun is a widely understood and accepted concept. Even children know that the Earth is a sphere that orbits both itself and the Sun. One can easily conjure the image of this beautiful blue planet, and its place within the solar system in their mind. However, it may seem ridiculous to discuss the evidence that proves the Earth's spherical shape and its orbit around the Sun. After all, as we mentioned earlier, this is a widely accepted and self-evident fact that requires no proof. Nevertheless, it is worth noting that all ancient civilizations believed that the Sun, Moon, and stars orbited above the Earth's surface. The pharaohs, Greeks, Incas, and Mayans all believed that the Earth was a flat plain, with its seas, mountains, valleys, rivers. It is the center of the universe. They believed that the Sun, Moon, and stars moved in circular motion over the Earth. We will not delve too far into explaining the primitive theories and maps of ancient civilizations describing the shape of the Earth and the sky, as they lack the sophistication of modern science to understand the truth. These peoples lived in a time of darkness, ignorance, and underdevelopment, which led to the acceptance of a flat Earth model and centralism prevailing for centuries. Until the light of science came throwing the first radiation above humanity's mind, it was not until the 1st century AD that the Greek philosopher, Claudius Ptolemy, proposed the spherical model of the Earth, based on the guesses of Greek philosophers since the 6th century BC. Despite this, religious beliefs continued to support the idea of Earth's centrality, as Ptolemy himself said, "I know that I am mortal, and that the universe is infinite. But when I look at the stars, and contemplate the golden arc traced by them across the sky, I will not touch the earth with my feet, but I will enjoy the fragrance of the gods and their food at the Zeus feast." For over 14 centuries, Ptolemy's model remained the accepted one, and anyone who challenged it was considered a heretic. Most notably, Galileo Galilei, who contradicted Ptolemy's model, was sentenced to death, but later recanted his views and was placed under house arrest until his death. And Giordano Bruno, a scientist and theologian, was sentenced to death for heresy by the Catholic Church, and burned at the Campo de' Fiori Square, in Rome in 1600. The story began in the late 15th century, when the pastor and scientist Nicholas Copernicus proposed a new model of the universe called the heliocentric model, which held that the Sun was fixed at the center and the planets, including Earth, orbited around it. Galileo and Bruno adopted this model, and were condemned by the Church for it, but interestingly, Copernicus himself did not overstep the Church's boundaries. There are some who claim that the heliocentric model was stolen from the Muslim researcher, al-Tusi, who built his research on the work of Greek philosophers and scientists. There are also those who believe that he was a supporter of the polytheists. However, we will not address these speculative controversies. What is important is that humanity has made significant progress through scientific inquiry, leading us to understand that the Earth is a sphere orbiting the Sun, and allowing us to leave behind ancient and primitive models of the universe. Despite the overwhelming evidence in support of Copernicus' model, the conflict between advocates of the Earth's superficial idea, and those supporting the heliocentric model, persisted for centuries, every day in which it proved the correctness of Copernicus' views, and the wrong opinions based on the primitive man's mind, and his primitive understanding of the universe. It was not until the 20th century, when humans took a giant leap, and landed on the Moon, that any lingering doubts were put to rest. This event provided irrefutable evidence that the Earth is a sphere orbiting the Sun, as one of the planets in our solar system, with the Sun and the rest of the solar system orbiting the center of the galaxy, and the galaxy itself moving through the vast universe. These facts have become undeniable axioms over time, and the naive idea that the Earth's was the center of the universe ended with the availability of hundreds of images of the planet from space. For example, the Sun, Moon, and all planets are spherical implies that Earth must also be a sphere. The Sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and the alternation of day and night across the globe is only possible if the Sun is orbiting a ball. If a person travels eastward, they eventually return to the point from which they set off, because they are orbiting a sphere. The shape of stars also changes in the two hemispheres of the Earth. The stars in the northern hemisphere appear upside down in the southern hemisphere. When ships disappear into the sea, it is because they are going beyond the Earth's spherical curvature. During a lunar eclipse, The Earth's shadow appears on the Moon as a sphere. Other evidence also supports the spherical shape of the Earth, but the most important is the fact that we have images of the planet from space that clearly show its spherical shape. It is now undeniable that the Earth is a sphere. But the story does not end there. There is a fascinating tale to be told about the Sun, which was hidden from us for centuries.